Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for the Jurassic Park series. So because Jurassic World just came out and I didn't have time to go over each Jurassic Park movie, I thought I would just review every single Jurassic Park movie in one video. I could review them all individually, but there's two of them that I really don't want to rewatch. One of them that I just rewatched that I probably couldn't do a whole review on, and one of them I could do a whole review on, but I don't really want to. So I think I just thought it would be a good idea to clump all four of them together, so I will start with Jurassic Park and go all the way to Jurassic World. So Jurassic Park, directed by Steven Spielberg, came out in 1993, I believe. That's right, because on its 3D anniversary, I think it was the 20th anniversary or something like that when they showed it in 3D. And it follows the story of a man who basically creates artificial dinosaurs, and he's about to open it up as an amusement park. And he has people come over, and then that's when trouble goes down. You know the story, you know how this one goes. And obviously, Jurassic Park is one of the greats. It's one of the amazing, really amazing movies. It's one of the highest tier in terms of American films. This one is just incredible. It's amazing on all accounts, and I have not met a single film fan or really a single person that would dispute that fact. Everybody I know loves Jurassic Park. Everybody thinks that it's great and it's ultra entertaining and it's just magical, and it's all true. This movie, from the moment it starts to the moment it ends, is expertly constructed. Every single edit feels intentional. The pace is absolutely fantastic. You're never bored watching the movie, and it fills the 2-hour runtime perfectly. And this movie, it's just edited to a T, and it's so well done, depicting moods, depicting whatever emotion it wants to. When it wants to be suspenseful, so like for example the scene with the kids in the kitchen, that scene, crazy suspenseful. When it wants to be magical and beautiful, it does that. For example, the scene when they first see the dinosaurs and he says, "Oh my god," and John Williams' terrific music comes on. It's really something special when a movie can do that. Really, I think that this is one of the best examples of just movie magic. Because it's magical watching this happen on screen, watching what feels like actual dinosaurs come alive. And you can say that they do it better in Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom because CGI is better, but there's a special magic to this movie, a special vibe that Spielberg depicted that I haven't really found anywhere else. And I think that it's a large part to do with John Williams' magical score that he has accompanying with this movie, because that's great as well. This movie is just amazing. It's so well done, and if you haven't seen it yet, if you're one of the 7 people who haven't, I encourage you to go watch it. I give Jurassic Park a 9.5 out of 10. On to the Lost World Jurassic Park, because for some reason Jurassic Park comes after the colon. It follows the story of, this is going to be really bad because I hardly remember the movie. It's like Jeff Goldblum's character goes back because his girlfriend is on the island. I don't remember why she's on there. Yeah, that's all I basically remember about this movie. And I think his daughter is there as well. Yeah, that's all I remember, because this is easily the most forgettable of the Jurassic Park movies thus far. This one isn't horrible, it isn't great, it's just okay. The movie really does nothing special. There's a lot of dumb sequences, like the scene with the gymnastics that everybody quotes all the time as being stupid. And really, this movie is just dull in terms of tone and just kind of boring. It's the type of movie that you use to fall asleep to, because it's really not that well done. It's just okay. There's some okay performances in it, like Jeff Goldblum, of course, does good again because he's Jeff Goldblum. But this movie has nothing going for it, really. The dialogue is really poorly written. I will say it has some good cinematography, of course, and there is a bit of that magic still felt there, just a tiny bit. And in terms of suspense sequences, this is one of the better Jurassic Park movies, because when it's being suspenseful, it's pretty suspenseful, but beside that, this movie is just okay. I will give The Lost World Jurassic Park a 5 out of 10. Now on to Jurassic Park 3. This one is a doozy. I have only seen half of this movie, so I guess my review is technically invalid, or probably like 3/4 of it, because it was so terrible that I turned it off. This is the only movie where I have not finished it because of how bad it was. I honestly think this is one of the worst movies ever made. And nobody ever holds it to that account for some obscure reason, but this one is terrible. It's horrible. If it comes down to, the scene, of course, with the airplane crash that looks fake and weird, or just the idea of the kid surviving on his own for months and months and months, or even the scene everybody quotes with the dinosaur saying Alan, the pterodactyl dream sequence, it's all horrible. This movie, it's poorly written, poorly directed, poorly constructed. Everything about this movie falls flat on its face. There's no magic, there's no entertainment, pure boredom, and just the feeling of horribleness. I felt horrible after watching this movie, and I went straight to bed afterwards because I wanted to get the thoughts of it out of my mind. I hardly remember this movie because I was half asleep while watching it, and I really don't want to, because what I hardly remember is how horrible and atrocious this movie was. I will give Jurassic Park 3 a 1 out of 10. Alright, finally I am going to review Jurassic World. So this one came to us many years after the original trilogy. It was directed by Colin Trevorrow, and it follows the story of these boys who go to visit the Jurassic World island to go visit their aunt, and she doesn't spend enough time with them, yada yada yada, and then eventually they have built this new hybrid dinosaur and things go wrong because they messed with... It's the same theme over and over again. It's mess with nature and it messes with you. That's the same exact theme over and over again. There are all of these movies, and that's fine because that's something distinct. But Jurassic World, I will admit, is one of the weirdest movies I have ever seen in terms of what it's doing. And what the movie is doing, basically, is making the stakes bigger, making the island bigger, making the theme park bigger, making the dinosaur bigger, and hoping that that makes everybody else happy. It kind of feels like the movie itself is a metaphor for itself. And what I mean by that is that in the movie, people are bored with seeing regular dinosaurs, so they decide to bring out bigger dinosaurs, and when they bring out bigger dinosaurs, the result isn't as good. And that's exactly how Jurassic World went. They made it bigger, it made a lot more money, but it was nowhere as good. And I think it might be a little bit better than The Lost World because at least I wasn't bored during it, but it is far less competent. This movie is cheesy, the dialogue is terrible, and it's the type of cheese that just doesn't fit. It just really doesn't work, and it comes off as cringy a lot of the time. The kid performances are pretty bad, and at least it isn't atrocious like Jurassic Park 3, and it's not boring for sure. It is entertaining, but the action, it isn't great. Chris Pratt does have charisma in it. Bryce Dallas Howard isn't actually terrible, which is surprising, but the rest of the movie is nothing to write home about. I will give Jurassic World a 5.5 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for the Jurassic series, or other than Fallen Kingdom, which I will review probably tomorrow or something. The order that I would put them in so far is Jurassic Park, obviously, then Jurassic World, The Lost Kingdom, and finally at the way, way bottom, Jurassic Park 3. So that concludes my review for the Jurassic films. So what are your thoughts on these films, or how would you rank them? Comment in the comments section below and let me know. I am Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.